In 2023, federal agents at an undisclosed location in America reported a glowing orange orb hovering in the evening sky. Over the course of 2 days, multiple teams witnessed the object deploying smaller red orbs before vanishing in seconds. These accounts mirror recent declassified Pentagon reports that describe objects executing 90-degree turns at 80 miles per hour, maneuvers that do not align with the physics of known aircraft. While these reports circulate on Earth, a very different human artifact is moving through the absolute silence of interstellar space. 24 billion kilometers away, a 12-inch gold-plated copper disk is hurtling through the void at 60,000 kilometers per hour. Stories represent a massive internal contradiction. We are currently using two entirely different methods to handle the concept of extraterrestrial life. On one hand, our reports of alien visitors are driven by modern military surveillance and geopolitical tension. On the other, our physical message to the stars consists of greetings in 55 languages and sounds of the natural world, representing a version of humanity that has moved past its own conflicts. Understanding our search for aliens requires looking at two things: the declassified history of military deception and the mechanical leaps we made to reach the space between the stars. The modern UFO phenomenon began in 1947, when pilot Kenneth Arnold described objects moving like saucers skipping across water. 2 weeks later, a farmer in Roswell, New Mexico, discovered debris made of tinfoil and rubber, which the local military airfield initially identified as a flying disc. These reports have surged again in the 21st century. U.S. military personnel have recently documented unidentified objects over conflict zones in Iraq, Syria, and Japan, describing football-shaped bodies and metallic spheres that appear and disappear on radar. When we map these sightings, a clear pattern emerges. These reports are not evenly distributed across the globe. They are concentrated over active U.S. military bases and global hotspots like the Strait of Hormuz. The Department of War and the AARO office reviewed thousands of cases. Their finding is consistent. There is no evidence of extraterrestrial technology. During the Cold War, the U.S. government allowed the public to believe in alien visitors to shield its own classified programs. The Roswell debris, for example, was actually a Project Mogul spy balloon used to detect Soviet nuclear tests. Maintaining the alien myth ensured that secret military testing could continue without exposing tactical information. Many modern sightings follow a similar logic. In 2023, high-altitude surveillance balloons were intercepted over the U.S., and many impossible aerial maneuvers are often foreign drones or adversary equipment caught by highly sensitive American sensor networks. Historically, the military has utilized the public's fascination with UFOs as a way to avoid explaining its own testing and the presence of foreign surveillance assets in domestic airspace. In 1977, NASA shifted from earthly monitoring to our most public interstellar project, the launch of the Voyager 1 and 2 probes. To reach interstellar space, these probes had to overcome a massive hurdle. No spacecraft can carry enough fuel to overpower the sun's gravitational pull and leave the solar system on its own. The solution was an alignment occurring once every 175 years. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune lined up in a geometric arc. This allowed a gravity assist. By flying close, Voyager stole planetary momentum to slingshot forward at a much higher velocity. Bolted to these probes is the golden record, carrying 115 images and hours of natural sounds as a multi-billion-kilometer message to any civilization that might find it. However, in 1977, computer memory was a severe bottleneck. Voyager only possessed 69 kilobytes of memory, which was far too small to store even a single digital photograph. NASA used an analog process. They projected photos, captured them with a TV camera, and converted video signals into audio waveforms pressed into the record. To see these photos, aliens must reverse this logic, translating sound waves back into visual scan lines. NASA deliberately omitted images of war, poverty, and human conflict from this archive. The record contains scenes of schoolrooms, breathtaking natural landscapes, and complex scientific diagrams, presenting an idealized version of our species. By removing our history of violence, the golden record acts as a projection of who we hope to be, rather than a full account of who we have been. In 2012, Voyager's instruments recorded a sudden spike in electron density. This data proved the probe had finally crossed the heliopause, becoming the first human-made object to touch the space between the stars. This milestone stands in contrast to the current atmosphere on Earth, where military declassifications are required to debunk ongoing claims of alien visitors. Scientific progress relies on the principle that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So far, infrared videos of distant objects and sensor anomalies have not met that burden. Our interest in UFOs often functions like a mirror, reflecting our concerns about military statecraft, surveillance, and global conflict. Conversely, the Voyager probes reflect a different side of humanity, our capacity for mechanical ingenuity and a deep desire to be understood by others. We may never find another civilization in the dark, but our attempts to reach out and our fears about what is reaching back have documented the internal tensions of our own species.